Hey everyone, so today the Minions and I are working on flipping this old dresser that we have. It's something my husband and I bought when we first got married off of Craigslist, and it's just outdated and needs a facelift. So I've already taken the drawers out and they're right over here. We're going to work on getting the hardware off the drawers because those will be replaced, and then we're going to do some sanding. So keep watching and find out how we're able to transform this dresser.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Okay, I'm going to be using my handy dandy palm sander here. If you're going to be doing any DIYs, the first thing I would get would be a palm sander because it's going to save you a lot of time. But the body of this dresser, I'm just going to give a quick sand because it'll be painted, and I just need to basically degloss it. And then for the drawer faces, they're going to be stained, so I do have to sand these all the way down to raw wood so that my stain isn't blotchy. One tip, if you need to go out and buy stain, if you use gel stain, I don't believe that it has to be sanded all the way down to raw wood, so that'll save you a little time, but I already have regular stain, so I'm going to be saving money and just sanding this all the way down to raw wood and using what I already have.
Eventually.
So now that my drawers are sanded, I need to go ahead and fill in these holes because my new hardware is not going to fit through those. So I'm going to be using this spackling compound. I like to use it. It seems to be covered by stain well. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that into those holes. When you're using this hole filler, you can use a plastic scraper, but I can almost never find mine, so I oftentimes just end up using my finger, which ends up working fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry for a while, and then I'll come back with sandpaper or a wet rag and smooth it out of it. To prepare the body of my dresser for paint, I just used a damp rag to wipe off all the dust and debris and make sure it was clean and ready to paint. For this project, I decided to use this paint additive that will eliminate brush strokes. Since I was going for that modern look, I kind of wanted a really sleek, smooth paint surface. Another tip is I always grab these paint samples. They cost only $4, and I can paint an entire piece of furniture plus some with this. And so, as you'll notice, I wasn't very precise with my mixing of this. I just kind of mixed a little bit, but you can follow the directions on the bottle, and then you just mix those things together, and it really did work in smoothing out and getting a really nice shiny paint surface. I did have to do a couple extra coats, I think, than what I would have normally, but I was pretty happy with the results. Then I ended up doing about 3 coats of paint on my dresser. I just used this little mini roller for all the big flat surfaces, and it goes so fast, it's really convenient. And then I brushed on all the little edges and little nooks and crannies. I used the brush. This is the finished paint job after 3 coats. You can kind of still see the wood grain, but as far as brush strokes and roller marks, they're pretty much non-existent. Okay, so I had to bring my dresser body inside because the weather was getting a little sketchy outside, but I'm going to go ahead and seal it up with some polyacrylic, and that'll be a good protective coat so that the paint doesn't wear off too quickly. Okay, so now for the drawer fronts, I'm going to go on with some early American stain. And I'm just going to brush that on with my little foam brush here and then wipe it off with a rag. I didn't end up sealing my drawer fronts, I just did the stain, but you can go ahead and seal them if you want. And then to put on my hardware, I just found the center of each of these kind of little indents in the drawers. I also cheated and used the holes I could see from the prior hardware, and then I just kind of don't mind eyeballing it. You can be more precise if you want, and I just find the center of my hardware and line that up with the center mark I made, and then I'll usually just take my pencil and mark where the screws need to go for the hardware. Then I just made a little line over the lines I made where the hardware screws should go to create a kind of an X where I will drill a hole. So I'm kind of faking it here because if you listen closely, you'll hear that my drill battery is dying. Story of my life. But I just wanted to show you how I'm just using the little X's I made to line up the drill and drill the holes for my hardware. After I finally got my battery charged, I was able to finish drilling my holes and get my hardware installed. I think adding the hardware just really completes the look of this and gives it that modern look I was going for. I'll link the hardware that I got down below. It's from Amazon. It was very fairly priced and came in a pack of 10, which is exactly how much I needed for this dresser. I'm really happy with the way this dresser turned out. I did flip this to sell online, and I sold it pretty quickly using Craigslist. I do flip a lot of furniture for Craigslist just because I think it's fun and to earn a little extra cash, so I'll kind of be touching on that in some of my future videos. Enjoy!